日本時間5月23日、ドジャースのコンテンツを発信する米ポッドキャスト、トークドジャーストゥーミーでは、スランプから脱出したドジャースの大谷選手について語りました。また、米メディア、ESPN-MLB にトニー・グウィン・ジュニア氏が出演し、大谷選手について語る場面も。ここからは、その様子を字幕付きでご紹介します。
Honestly, I'm so excited to talk about the Dodgers today.
I know.
I just Shohei alone.
I know.
Last time, only a week ago, we were talking about him in an offensive slump and how it was like the third time or fourth time he was not in the lineup when he was pitching. And now he's amazing again.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm excited.
I know the Angels series feels like a million years ago, and I don't really necessarily need to talk about the Angels series. Mostly what I want to touch on is I really feel like our boys gained their confidence back during that. Like watching them, it was like, all right, you guys got some life. It's not just one person leading. It's not just a Pajes Muncy show.
Mm-hmm.
Like people's bats are starting to come alive. And
Well, it's still the Pajes Muncy's show.
No, I know. They're doing such an amazing job.
But our guy Shohei, okay. From last week to this week, Shohei lowered his ERA to 0.73 and also matched his own record that he started. The first person to ever hit a first pitch. Wait, I really want to say that better. It's just got to flow. You know what I realize? Never when I want to say something does it work out well.
I think that's a horrible thing to say. I love the way you say things.
I don't mean it in a bad way. It's like when I'm trying too hard to say something in the way that I want to say it, it doesn't come out right.
You mean
whenever
it
flows
by
in.
yourself, it sounds great?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's really annoying.
Yeah, always.
I know. I do that too. Or if I'm like curious about something, I like say it out loud to see like how I would say that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I nail it. But then sometimes when I go to try to get my thoughts out here, it's so mumbled.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know. We care too much.
Are we like Dalton Rushing? We care so much. Our brains go kind of cuckoo.
They were definitely doing damage control with him because he went and did an interview with David Vassay right after. He screamed into his hand.
Smashed his thing on his leg. Smashed a bat in half.
Listen, I'm always saying our guys need fire.
Freddie needed to get out of his slump. Shohei's, like, he's going to watching him, he's pulling all of our teams out of this.
Listen, we could talk about Shohei Ohtani this entire episode, and I'd be fine with that because, wow.
Let's do it. Let's talk about him a little. We were so used to him being this phenomenal being last season. I feel like I got used to it, and I just figured that was what I was going to always see. And then we haven't really seen as much dominance from him in different ways. He's kind of getting his footing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, to see him these last two games.
It's been amazing. I've honestly felt like it is so much fun to be a Dodger fan.
Oh my gosh.
And maybe we do take him for granted sometimes because when we watch what he did yesterday, I mean, my mind was blown. Even my mom and sister were freaking out and they don't care about baseball at all. I mean, we watched Shohei hit a first pitch homer, matching himself in the record he started. And we're about to go play the team that he did it against for the first time coming up, the Brewers.
I mean, game 2, when he hit it down right field's line, the ball from home plate to first was like a freaking rocket. And then he rips off his helmet and just jets to 2, like not even going to play here. Rips off I mean, when he did that, I'm like, oh shit. Like, it was like an animal.
I know.
The dominant, I mean, I'm just blown away by everything that he's just being so dominant.
But
And
honestly,
that was this twist for me. And I think that was him playing like that and showing that. And then getting himself to third. I mean, they left him on base, which is annoying because that's a whole other issue with our team doing lately. But him playing like that to that level of like, guys, we need to pump this up. Like, that to me is why I think Dave Roberts decided to pitch him and hit him. have him hit.
Well, they're being really careful, and it's all with how the timing is lining up. He only pitched and hit yesterday because he also had a day off today. So they're really, really being careful about
As they
him.
should be.
Yeah, but you know what this is all showing me? That all we need to do is trust our guys, because the media goes wild if Shohei's not hitting, if our team's not hitting, like what's wrong with the Dodgers, blah, blah, blah. They know they're going to come through. They know it's all going to click. It's just we have to be patient to allow that to happen. And look, that's exactly what happened. Shohei told everybody he knows that he usually comes through in May. That's when he starts to really get going. And he's proved that to us. Look what he just did yesterday. How can anyone doubt someone when they show up and prove it again and again and again? We just need to keep trusting them. And that'll allow us to calm down.
I don't think I ever doubt. It's more of the heartbreak of like when it starts to consistently not happen, where you just have to realize like this is actually like out of my control. And I could want them to win and do well into my core, but like that doesn't always make it happen. And then you kind of get sad because you're like, no, like I don't want my team to not be doing good. Like, what do you mean? Like, we can't just fall off. Like, we can't just not hit anymore. We can't just like leave people on base and just consistently keep losing to people. And like, where's your fight? Like, it felt like, what the heck?
Yeah. And we were saying that 1 week ago. And look what happened in 1 week. And we were saying last week exactly this. Baseball is a crazy thing. One day you're the worst team and everyone's complaining. And then the next day you're all hitting home runs and we have a home run derby.
Well,
but we don't need to worry about that this week because our guys are awesome.
Shohei Ohtani's roar has put so much confidence into my soul.
Honestly, I feel like I need to like get up and it's amazing.
Melissa was like, I'm not watching the game yet. I'm at the beach with my mom. It was her mom's last night. And so I'm like, okay, you go, girl, go enjoy. And then that happened. And I was like, I'm sorry. I just have to let you know that you have a Shohei roar to look forward to because, well, he went kind of down at the plate. He like, I didn't know if he tweaked something or something. And then it made me really nervous. And then he came back out to pitch and they were hitting him a little bit better, which tells me because his command was so good. And then I'm like, please don't be injured.
I thought his command wasn't the best.
He had strike after strike after strike.
I don't think he pitched his best, but he figured it out. He battled some of those at-bats and he is just amazing. But he is so funny. I love how dramatic he is when he like falls or gets hit. It's like you get so nervous because he has this big reaction, but thank God he's fine.
Well, I'm not saying he pitched his best. That's stupid. I mean, of course he's going to have good games and bad games. He's a pitcher.
Yeah.
And people hit them sometimes. And so that's what I mean. It's just because he's getting hit or people like the guy sitting next to me. He's like, got another person on base. I'm like, it's baseball, dude. Like, yeah, that's what happens. Like, he's throwing a phenomenal game with so much strength behind the plate. And he led off with a home run. This is his first, like, what are we even saying right now?
So good.
I think people are too hard on him. Like, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Do backflips while he strikes someone out. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's impressive. Like, what?
No, it is crazy how hard people are on him because he has set the standard for himself and everybody watching him because he has a caliber of play he wants to be at. And if he's not playing that way, even last night, like I think he had 5 amazing shutout innings.
Yeah.
But he answers the questions after the game and he's like, well, I wasn't pitching my best, but I was able to get through it. It's like, man, dude, give yourself a little pat on the back. You also just made history in the history that you created for yourself.
Right. But at the same time, you're also like being a pitcher, people get on, but then you make an out by throwing it to second. Like he's so locked in right now. And then for him to see Mookie, to Kim, to frickin' Freddie, and for him to turn around and just be so proud of his team and just scream and be so pumped up that his team just had his back and got him out of that inning. And like, that to me is baseball. Like all of this is just gritty baseball. It's not perfect and like this fairy tale of Shohei being a superhero. He's just a human who's fucking phenomenal. And I'm blown away.
With quite luscious hair, I might add, which my sister, that was one of her favorite things that she couldn't get over.
It's the best hair. I mean, when he came around first, I think that was like his superhero moment. I feel like that was like his magazine cover of ripping through something. Like when he freaking threw his helmet and just bolted.
When he hit the home run?
No, when he hit it to right field and he bolted to second.
Yeah, he like knocked his helmet off so it wouldn't get in the way.
And just took off with so much strength. Coming around first, I was like, oh shoot, show's done.
It just seems like everybody's talking about this offensive slump he's having. Obviously he knows, but he also knows he's going to come through. So it's like, okay, you guys want to talk about me not hitting? Well, watch, I'm not going to stop hitting. And he hasn't.
No.
Singles, doubles, he got a triple, first pitch home run, and then leaves the game, 5 shutout innings, drops his ERA down to 0.73. I mean, he's going to get the Cy Young Award.
If that continues.
And I'm just like, the fact that we are watching him every day, it doesn't get old, but it just like, yesterday I'm watching and just looking in admiration at him thinking, man, it is so much fun to be a Dodger fan.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
And now we're going to watch him face the Brewers, which he made the history with. And remember that game? After he struck out 3, he went at bat and hit that first pitch home run.
Oh, yeah.
And wasn't that also the game that he hit 3 home runs?
Uh-huh. Oh, man, we gotta rewatch that one.
Oh, my God, I bet those Brewers are like, oh, no, show his coming.
Well, not even
the
that.
Dodgers are coming.
Like, great, they heated up just for us.
Remember, we swept them in the NLCS last year?
Yeah.
Ready for us, Brewers?
I never advanced past junior varsity. When my baseball career, you played in the big leagues. So what is it like for you to watch Shohei Ohtani do what he does? And what, how would you describe it from your perspective as someone who understands how hard your game is?
It's a little bit of jealousy first, because who wouldn't want to be able to be that good on both sides of the ball? And I'm not talking about defense. I'm talking about pitching. Like it's just, he's one of one. I admire and I have an appreciation, especially given how he has started or struggled offensively for his category this year. I just don't think people understand the amount of work it takes to just be a hitter at the big league level, or the amount of work it takes just to be a pitcher at this level. He's doing both. And so to me, it's not a crazy idea that he is struggling in one this year when he really hasn't done both full time since 2024, 23, one of those years, or 24, right. I think it was. So I can imagine it's going to take him a little bit of time to kind of get his bearings underneath him and kind of figure out the right kind of give and take between the two. He kind of spoke on it a little bit the other day about, when you're struggling hitting, you kind of have to do it every day. But when you're pitching full time, it makes it that harder to work out your stroke when it's not quite right. And so he's really having to do it in the little bit of BP time he has and, in games. And so I think everybody recognizes that he's the one. The bigger question I have, Buster, is do we need to start changing the conversation in terms of what an MVP is? Because at this point, every time he steps on the field, every year he steps on the field, he just has to be adequate in one and great in the other. And that, I would assume, is enough to be an MVP every year. So do we just give him the trophy now every year moving forward, assuming he's adequate in one and great in one and the other?
It's a little bit like Jordan in the NBA in the 90s, right? Right. Okay, we know Jordan's the most valuable player. Let's make it interesting and give it to Karl Malone once in a while,
right.
And to do some of the others. Yeah, and I get the feeling, and I'm curious about, again, you understand how hard it is to play the game better than I do, that, first off, Dave Roberts has told us he reads everything. Like, he's fully aware of what the conversation is around him. So he knows, and it didn't surprise me that when there's begins to get a lot of focus on his offense, guess what? He goes out and has a great week, and he starts to hit. I think if you're that good, you might get bored over the course of 162 games.
Hey, listen, that's certainly, and it seems kind of crazy from us normal people to feel like it'd be bored. But
and it's not a criticism, by the way.
It isn't. I think it's human nature is what that is, right? I mean, you're getting through 162 game season. It's only May 21st. Like, he can have 2 bad months for and still be one of the top players in the league in both categories. And so, I just think we would love for every athlete to go all in all the time. But this particular athlete is doing more than every other athlete out there. And so I just think he deserves a little bit of grace. I know he's a Dodger. I probably shouldn't say that kind of thing, but when it comes to what he's doing for the game of Major League Baseball, let's put the teams aside. You have to respect it. You just do.
いかがでしたでしょうか。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーなどを中心に野球情報をお届けしています。この動画が良かったら高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いいたします。今回も最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。